What is good, Ape Nation? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only AMC stock and do some in-depth technical analysis on where I see the share price going. So in this video, I'm going to talk about where I think AMC could end up going based off technical analysis and based off what trends are showing and what you should be expecting going forward. Now, before I say anything about AMC and where I see the share price going, I do have to mention some very important things first. First off, I'm not a financial planner. This is all for educational purposes only, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And not only benefits me, benefits the entire ape community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to have the opportunity to win up to $200,000, meaning you may win up to $200,000 by simply signing up, as Moomoo is giving away that much money for the new year. So if you want a chance to win $200,000 and up to 5 free stocks, check out the link down below. Sign up and deposit $100 to get your chance. With that out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So looking at AMC, ticker symbol AMC, it's currently in the red right now, just like the entire market, right? We saw NEO in the red, Tesla's in the red, we're seeing Apple, Amazon. I mean, there's just so much red all over the place. Let's look at the one-day chart, guys. As you guys can see, we're entering a downward trend right over here. I don't even need to try out any trend lines. We did run up to 1707. Then we started to kind of like drop after that. We saw the spread in the moving averages showing that we were dropping at a faster rate, which is a bearish signal. Now, we are continuing to drop, and it does look a little bit more bearish. But I do want to say something very important. We could have a small rebound tomorrow because we do have all this bearish momentum, so it may not be too great. So I'm going to have to look at that from a different perspective for us to dissect how that's actually going to look. So let's bring up the OBV, not the OBV, the VWAP. I don't know why I said the OBV, but anyways, we're trading below the VWAP, which is a bearish signal, right? On top of that, the MACD is indicating us just dropping. RSI is looking a little bit oversold though. So when AMC drops the way it does, just like this is an indicator that we could see a small run up tomorrow before we do end up dropping. So I want to just prepare you guys for high volatility, which is something we're typically accustomed to when it comes to AMC. Now, look at this right here. Let me bring up, I'm using the 2-hour candles. And it's very hard for me to dissect whether we are going to see this like real breakout, right? Because we've been in this falling wedge for so long. We're still respecting it. So it's nothing new, guys. But look at this right here. It appears that this inverse head and shoulder like pattern is going to form. And you guys can kind of see how this looks, right? Because we have a neckline right here at around like the $18 range, I would say. We have this drop below it. That's the left shoulder. We ran up to the neckline. That was resistance. The head goes all the way down to $13. Then we run all the way up after that. What is that? $18. Then we drop. So where are we going to drop to? Let me fix this for you guys, because this is kind of like a confirmation of what we were saying. AMC currently at, what is that? $15 a share, guys. So it could go as low as 14 because we didn't necessarily have the candle go to 14. It was more like the wick went that low before we ended up rebounding on that day. So we may not drop that hard, and we may be coming to an end of this massive drop. So we could drop tomorrow. Like, this is just representing a wick. A wick could go down like that, then kind of like back up. And then after that, we start to run, right? We could drop a little bit, run up, drop, bounce above it to where our level of resistance is. So like right here. Boom, then we get rejected before we see, boom, a big breakout. We could run to like 22, maybe 24, maybe something like that, right? That's what could end up playing out. So I know this part's kind of funky because I was trying to like show how we could fall within this range within the next couple of days because of the fact that AMC has that wick, and that's basically what I think could end up playing out. Now, I want to talk about other technical indicators, right? Because this is just typical of AMC. And I don't see the market dropping too hard. I think that the FUD from interest rates could play a role. But if we look at the SPY, guys, the SPY is starting to actually break out of the downward trend that it was on. And I drew this line right here to show it has resistance. And it still is respecting that resistance. So we could drop before having another big run. And you guys could kind of see the pattern I was talking about, right? The inverse head and shoulders. This is a real world example of it playing out, right? Just like this, drop. And that's a wick. So hold on. Right? This is kind of like an inverse head and shoulders. Do you guys see that W for the S&P? Okay, let's go back to AMC. I'll show you that in AMC. Keep that W inside of your head. Same thing, guys. It's the same thing. The same patterns are just repeating themselves. So we might see something kind of like this, the drop. But I feel like you can't really count the wick like that. But because what matters more is where we close at. So we drop, then we run, right? And we might continue to run after we beat resistance from right over there. And then you could like show the run from that last dip with Elliott wave theory. I think that's going to really, really encompass it very, very well. But anyways, guys, that's basically what I have for this video. I know AMC is frustrating right now. I know it kind of hurts to see this thing dropping because it's such an emotional stock, right? But this is kind of like what I think the chart's going to do. And I could be wrong. It is still possible for us to follow this formation, even if we like run up like this and then end up like dropping. Like that's another variation of it, right? The stock market doesn't have to be 100% uniform and perfect all the time. But these are just indicators, and this hopefully will give you a rough idea of what I think is going to play out, because I believe once we break out of this falling wedge, and let me actually now delete this and then bring up the daily candles. So where are they? 1 day, because the daily candles make it look kind of better. You guys can see how this thing is moving. Still respecting the same old freaking trend lines that it keeps on respecting. So yeah, we're getting close to the end of it. I do see a big run and falls very close to AMC's earnings report, and I'm going to be very bullish going into that. And I could be wrong. Like I said, it may take longer, but the chart's still looking pretty good, guys. Very, very bullish. So that's what I have for this one. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. AMC to the moon, and peace out.